Normally, Chaldea isn't a scary place for servants to live in. Usually, it's full of servants having fun with each other, for the most part. However, when it's time for the yearly immunization treatment, it's hell for everyone. And Shirou was about to learn that the hard way. Shirou was in Chaldea's cafeteria, cooking for Arturia and her counterparts, Ishtar and her counterparts, Parvati, Bibi and her sisters, Ilya and her counterparts, Astria, Irispiel, Kiritsagu, and Jaguar Man. And alongside him were Emiya and Emiya Alter, who were helping him. "Hey, is the next dish done yet?" Emiya asked. "Yeah. It's right here," Shirou replied as he handed him the dish. Emiya nodded in agreement and gave the dish to one of Arturia's counterparts, in which she quickly gobbled it down. Emiya let out a small sigh. No matter which saber is which, there's one thing that they have in common, and that is that they are able to finish food quickly. "Hey, where's that order of soup?" Emiya Alter asked, snapping Emiya out of his thoughts. "HM? Oh, here it is," Emiya replied as he handed his altered counterpart a bowl of soup. Emiya Alter nodded in response and handed a patron the soup. All in all, everything at the cafeteria seemed normal. However, the mood changed as Ritsuka came into the room with a face of horror on him. Alongside him was Mashu, who was worried. "Master?" Shirou asked. "Hey there, Shirou." Ritsuka muttered in a tone of voice that sounded like there was no hope for him. "Master, is there a problem?" "Well, Shirou, let me just say this. The flu season is coming, and Nightingale wants all of us to get our shots as a precaution," Ritsuka moaned in despair. "Nightingale? You mean the head nurse of Chaldea Medical's facility?" "Yes. And she wants everyone here to get a flu shot just in case?" "That's right, Shiro-san," Mashu replied. "Well, okay, but what's with your mood, Master? You don't seem so happy about it. Is getting flu shots that bad for you?" Shirou asked. For a moment, Ritsuka was silent from Shirou's question. Then, he started to chuckle humorlessly. "Master? Is there something wrong?" Ritsuka put a hand on Shirou's shoulder. "Shirou, you have no idea how scary Nightingale is when it comes to getting shots from her," he muttered before he left. "Ah. Before I leave, Shiro-san, you need to check over this questionnaire before you get the shot. After you finish the questionnaire, head over to the medical facility to receive the shot," Mashu said as she handed Shirou a piece of paper. "I see. Thanks, Mashu." "No problem, Shiro-san." Mashu then left the cafeteria, leaving Shirou to ponder over a few things. A flu shot, huh? Didn't know that Chaldea had that type of thing since, well, most of the staff here are servants. Although why did Master look like that during the entire conversation? However, when Shirou turned his attention back to the cafeteria, he was in quite of a shock at the scenery in front of him, in which Arturia and her counterparts, Ishtar and her counterparts, Parvati, Bibi and her sisters, Ilya and her counterparts, Miyu, Astria, Irispiel, Jaguar Man, and surprisingly Kiritsagu, Emiya and Emiya Alter were either face planting on the table or on the floor in despair. "No. Not the shots, not the shots!" Arturia yelled. "The shots, why now of all days?" Arturia Alter muttered. "Shots, huh, I would rather deal with Merlin than this." Arturia Lily muttered. "Me too." Lancer Arturia replied in agreement with Lily. "I agree. At least Merlin doesn't do shots on us." Lancer Arturia Alter said. "I would rather work in the casino overnight than get a shot." Rutler Arturia muttered. "Great. Today's the day of my demise." Archer Arturia moaned. "I don't want to go, even if I get a burger after this." Writer Arturia Alter moaned. A Santa doesn't deserve a shot. Santa Arturia Alter said. Remember, you killed Saberfaces before. Getting a shot is nothing. Mysterious Heroine X muttered. Remember, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts. Mysterious Heroine X Alter muttered. I should ask bigger pay from Master later. Mysterious Heroine XX muttered. What? What's wrong everyone? Caster Arturia asked as she was clueless with what her counterparts were saying. Why now that we're getting the shots? Ishtar yelled in despair. I would rather have Goldie bully me. Writer Ishtar muttered. I would rather stay in the underworld. Ereshkigal muttered. Why does the world hate me? I don't want to go through that again. Parvati muttered in despair. I would rather be scolded by Master again. Kama said. Me being punished with shots, Bibi-chan doesn't like this. Bibi muttered in despair. I would rather get punished than get a shot. Passionlip said. Great. A shot, well shit, Melt Lilith muttered. Not the shots again. King Proteus said. Please, anything but the shots. Ilya yelled. Wow, the shots again, I would rather deal with the blood curse. Kuro muttered. If I knew this was going to happen, I should have brought Shirou over for comfort. Saitonai muttered. Remember, a vaccine is a biological preparation that provides active acquired immunity to a particular infectious disease. A vaccine typically contains an agent that resembles a disease-causing microorganism and is often made from weakened or killed forms of the microbe, its toxins, or one of its surface proteins, Miyu said as she tried to calm herself by saying what a shot is. Remember, the shots can't hurt you, the shots can't hurt you, the shots can't hurt you. Astria muttered as she was on the floor. Well, looks like I'm going to die. Jaguar Man moaned in despair as she was on the floor. Well, it's been a good time here in Chaldea, looks like this is my end, huh? Irisville moaned. Kuritsugu didn't say anything as he pointed his Thompson contender at himself. Emiya started praying. Namo Anatabaya. Namo Anatabaya. Namo Anatabaya. Emiya Alter did the same thing as Kuritsugu was doing and pointed Concho and Bakuya at himself. Shirou was surprised at the display of behavior from everyone. What the heck? Why is everyone acting so strange with the shots? Are the shots that scary? Or did I miss something here? Did something happen before I arrived here? Shirou, do you have any idea what's going on here? Caster Arturia asked as she was confused with what was going on around her. Shirou let out a sigh. Honestly, I'm not so sure. Throughout the whole day, everyone in Chaldea was in despair because of the recent event about learning that today was immunization day. And that included not only that staff of Chaldea, but also the servants as well. Shirou realized that as he was walking in the hallway of Chaldea towards the medical facility, preparing himself to get a shot. Because as he was walking, he noticed nearly every servant he passed by was in fear of the upcoming shots. Okay, this is crazy. Nearly any servant I pass by are in fear of the upcoming shots. Are the shots really that bad here? As he continued walking, he then came across Lancer CU, who was huddling in here in a corner of the wall. CU? Shirou said as he came up to him. Lancer CU jumped up in fear upon hearing his name being called. Gah, he shrieked as he turned around. As he saw Shirou, he sighed in relief. Phew, it's you kid. Damn, don't scare me like that, he said as he got up. CU. Why is everyone here acting so strange? Ever since the reminder about all of us getting shots came out, everyone's on edge. Lancer CU let out a sigh. Well kid, you may not know this, but when it comes to getting shots from her, let's just say, the experience is so horrific that we would rather wish we were sent back to the throne of heroes. Shirou's eyes widen upon hearing what Lancer Shirou said. Are you serious? Yeah. And it is not pretty either, Lancer Shirou said as he began to retell a story about the last time everyone in Chaldea had shots from her. A year ago. Lancer Shirou was shivering in his tights as he was in a line that headed towards the medical facility, preparing to get a shot. Man, this is scary. Maybe even on par with training from Shirou. Wait, I don't want to remind that. As he was waiting in line, he then peeked at the medical room, hoping to see who was in there before him. It was then that he saw something that would shock him. You mongrel! How dare you try to leave a scratch on this king's body? I won't forgive you for this. Archer Gilgamesh yelled. Oh, shut up and give me your arm, Nightingale said. Like I will. Archer Gilgamesh said as he proceeded to get out of the seat he was in, only for a bunch of chains and restraints to suddenly appear and lock him to his seat. What the? What is this? This is what I do to patients who don't listen to me. How dare you? I will kill you for this, you mongrel. Archer Gilgamesh yelled in anger. I don't care. Okay, now I will need to rip this armor of yours off. Lancer Shirou was shocked at what he just heard. Really? The King of Heroes is even wearing his armor now? Geez, just what is going on in there? Hey! You cannot take my armor off. I don't care, Nightingale said as she proceeds to rip out Gilgamesh's armor into pieces, even surprising him. Alright, now it's time for your shots, she said as she brought out multiple syringes from the countertop. For once, Gilgamesh was scared from the amount of syringes Nightingale just pulled out. Wait. No need to. Then, in an instant, Nightingale began to give Gilgamesh his shots, which made him start screaming and struggling like crazy, making Shirou scared. Great. Looks like I'm going to die soon. Back to the present. And that's why shots from that lady over there are freaking everyone out, Lancer Shirou said as he was done telling the story. Shirou was shocked after hearing Lancer Shirou's story. Seriously? Gilgamesh was screaming when he was getting the shots? Yeah. And he was screaming loudly. He was even cursing in some language I don't even understand. Wow. So, what happened next? Well, after a few minutes of him screaming, he suddenly stopped for some reason. When I peeked at the room to see what happened, I saw Gilgamesh passed out, stripped of his upper body with apparently a bunch of needles on him. Shirou's mouth dropped. You got to be kidding me. I wish. Anyways, good luck with your shots. You're definitely going to need it. That woman's shots are really scary. Shirou said as he slapped him on the back before leaving. Shirou was still stunned with what Shirou just said to him. Really? Gilgamesh, the King of Heroes, passed out from getting shots? Geez, to make him pass out, just how scary Nightingale at the medical facility is? Shirou then continued to head towards the medical facility. While he did, he passed by many servants that knew him, and they were having the same reaction as Lancer Shirou. Fear. Wow. Shirou wasn't kidding when he said that everyone here fears Nightingale's shots. Shirou thought as he continued walking. Eventually, he arrived at the medical facility. As he did, Nightingale noticed him coming into the room. Excuse me, may I help you? She asked. Yes. I'm here for the shots, Shirou replied. Do you have the questionnaire filled out? Yes, Shirou replied as he handed her his filled-out questionnaire. Nightingale then looked at the questionnaire. Emiya Shirou. Saber-class servant. Hasn't been sick in the past few days. There's nothing wrong with his body as well. she thought as she continued to look at the questionnaire. Can I ask you a question, Nightingale? Keep it short. I have a lot of patience after you. Well, since we're heroic spirits, are the shots necessary? I mean, it's not like we'll get sick for a moment. Shirou asked as he sat down on the chair. However, Nightingale was silent upon hearing Shirou's question. For a moment, Shirou thought he made her mad. Then she spoke. Well, the effect might be slight, but this is the only way I can make sure that Master is safe, by making sure that every servant here is healthy. After all, if any one of you servants gets sick or injured beyond repair, Master will die, and humanity will fall in the upcoming battles. Nightingale. That's why, just give me your arm. It's time for your shots, Nightingale said in a scary and menacingly tone of voice as she brought out multiple syringes with her fingers while looking at Shirou with a scary face that looked like a murderer from a scary movie. Shirou deadpanned upon seeing the number of syringes she just brought out. Ah. It was then that Shirou experienced something even more horrifying than the Great Fuyuki Fire, or the Grail War, or even anything on his travels. Shots from Nightingale.